Hey, and welcome back to the Roofing Resource Channel. In this video, we're going to be talking about a very important program for South Carolina homeowners, the SE Safe Home Program. We're going to talk about what it is, who qualifies, and how it can better protect your home. If you've heard of SE Safe Home and you're just not really sure how it works, or if you want to make sure that your roof can qualify for this, this is the video for you. Okay, Daniel, today we're going to be talking about just SE Safe Home and just kind of, what that is, what homeowners can expect as far as what that looks like for them if they're getting a replacement. And let's just jump right into it. First thing I want to ask you and everything is just explain the SE Safe Home Program to us, and what is it designed to do?
Yeah, so it's a grant-based program that actually all of the insurance companies kind of pool money together for the state to give grants for homeowners to upgrade their house or to retrofit their house. Its primary goal is to make homes less susceptible to hurricane or named storm damage from high wind events. And so they've seen a lot of this happen to houses down in Florida specifically, and so that's why it's kind of gravitated up the coast just to minimize damage from storms.
So basically, compared to a regular replacement that we would do, why would a roofing professional like Linta Roofing care about this Safe Home Program, and why would homeowners as well?
Yeah, I think it's twofold. I think that we as roofing contractors want to put good roofs on, and there are benefits to how we install a safe home roof that are mutually beneficial for the contractor and for the homeowner. And so I think that's probably the biggest reason why it's just going to mitigate damage down the road. For a homeowner, it's also beneficial because you're getting money to offset the cost or the added cost from a standard roof replacement to what Safe Home requires.
Okay.
That's a big benefit too.
Yeah, absolutely. So I guess, one of the big things I wanted to talk about was just, eligibility. If someone's looking into this, who actually qualifies for this SE Safe Home Program, and what does that look like as far as eligibility?
Yeah, so pretty much any South Carolina resident that has an owner-occupied, primary residence. I'd say the majority of what we do are single-family homes, but some, there are some cases where some mobile home or manufactured homes can qualify, as well as some multi-units. So like 2-unit townhomes can also qualify as well. But primarily, it's just going to be an owner-occupied single, primary residence house. There are some income requirements for the program, but it's mainly to just place you within the right grant amount, not necessarily to say, hey, you make too much money or you don't make enough, if that makes sense.
Are there any other besides the income, and then I know you mentioned primary residence as well, is there anything else that would disqualify someone for this program?
Not necessarily. I do think obviously geographical location can disqualify because it's not extended to people very far inland.
Okay.
And so like in our area, I think the farthest that I've sold one to would be in Conway.
Gotcha.
I don't know if it goes beyond that, to be honest with you. But I think a common misconception, at least to some homeowners, are like, hey, I definitely make too much money for a grant program. Well, what we've seen is that's not necessarily the case. It just means you may get the lesser amount and not the full, grant that they give up to.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when it comes to the program, what does it look like when it comes to a roof replacement, as far as just what goes into the SE Safe Home roof replacement compared to what a regular roof replacement that we would do entails?
Yeah, so most of the SE Safe Home requirements are code upgrades. So it's not normally something that a home is built with or that just a standard roof replacement covers, because what Safe Home cares more about is more so how we reattach everything, and not necessarily about like the shingle that you put on, right? Every architectural shingle is going to qualify for the program, but it's how you reattach everything, how you re-nail the decking, You have to use some upgraded materials in your drip edge and your starter, even some upgraded nails. And so that's more of what the program cares about than just, slapping some shingles on your roof.
Well, absolutely. As far as I know, we're talking about replacements because, we're a roofing company and everything. As far as maybe like a new build or someone that's maybe custom building a new house, is there a way that they can use that for their roof as far as that sort of construction?
I would say some things are, so like something that's becoming more common are roof to wall connections. So almost every home now is built with some form of a connector or clip that's going to qualify. So some are built with that. Now there's upgrades that you can do even from the clips they install, because there's different levels that Safe Home wants to see, I guess, are acceptable. So like a lot of homes like in Florida are either single or double strapped along the roof to wall connections, whereas for us, we just have clips for most homes.
Okay.
But as far as new construction, it's not something that I see most common because of really what the cost can mean for someone. And so I haven't ran into it a ton on like new construction or custom home builds really.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, kind of jumping into this next, if I'm a homeowner and I'm interested in looking into this program, kind of help me walk through this process from like start to getting it on my roof. What's the first thing a homeowner should do as far as getting this application going?
Yeah, so first thing, the portal with SE Safe Home only opens twice a year.
Okay.
So typically we see it somewhere around the start of the year, January, maybe even early February.
Okay.
And then it will pretty much reopen again somewhere around July or August.
Okay.
It's typically the two different times that we see it open. You can go on the website and actually you can't apply, but you can get notified or get email notifications when the portal opens so that you can be on it the next morning to apply. But yeah, you got to start the application. There'll be a few things that the homeowner has to do with some documentation they have to upload. So proof of residency, your current tax bill, homeowner's insurance, your tax returns, so all that things the homeowner has to do. And then they're going to select someone to do the inspection. So there's tons and tons of inspectors in South Carolina. And so you just choose one, they'll come out and they'll do their inspection to see what is going to be needed or what recommendations we give to bring your home to their standard. Right? So we're going to look for all of that. We're going to have that conversation with the homeowner. And then we're going to submit that inspection. From that point, the homeowner is then going to select a contractor or start getting bids, right? So quotes for the replacement, for the cost. And that's when they'll really have an idea of what their out-of-pocket is. By then, they'll know the grant amount they're going to be receiving, so they can go ahead and see how that works. But they're going to choose a contractor. That contractor is going to upload their estimate into the portal, and then Safe Home's going to go in and then do their due diligence. So they do their audits of the inspection to make sure the inspection matches up with the contract that the contractor is providing, right? To make sure those go together. And then Safe Home's going to give the approval for the roof to actually be replaced. Okay. And so that's kind of the gist. There's obviously some things after that. So once we start the replacement process, we have to take tons of photos to document everything. That's the only way that you're going to prove to Safe Home that you actually did what you were supposed to do, and then that's how they know to release the money to you when it's finished. Okay. So that's pretty much a 90-second, gist of what we do.
Okay. No, absolutely. Now, you mentioned that it happens at the beginning of the year, January, February, and then toward midway through the year around July. Yeah. As far as how many people can apply for this, how much of a window of opportunity do you think people have to apply?
Yeah, it definitely varies. And obviously funds are limited, and so I tell people, if you're interested in it, you can always apply, even if you don't end up using it. You can reapply.
Got you.
Right. So. However, if you do apply and you get it done, you can no longer get it again, right?
Okay.
So it's a one-time and done per homeowner. You can't buy and sell a house every year and just keep using the program. But the window of opportunity is there, and it just depends. I've seen it last 2 months and the funds were gone, and I've seen it last 6 months before the funds are gone. So definitely varies, and it may indicate depending on the time of year. Summers are always a little bit more busy, and so typically that window doesn't last as long.
Gotcha.
As sometimes in the first of the year.
Okay. Now, last thing I wanted to ask you and everything, as far as any extra advice you'd give to homeowners who are thinking about applying for the SE Safe Home Assistance in that program. Besides, looking up on their website, is there any other places that you would refer them to go to as far as learning anything else, or any other, their website is definitely the key place to go to for sure.
Yeah.
And we'll be dropping those links in the description below and everything for y'all to be able to navigate and look at those as well. But yeah, any just last piece of advice you'd give homeowners that are interested in this? I highly recommend it. I mean, I'm biased, I guess, because I'm one of the inspectors for Linta, but I think it's a great program. Obviously, roofs are never going to be cheaper than they are today, right? And so this is a great opportunity for homeowners to get a little bit of assistance on their roof replacement, but also get a better roof put on their house with what we do and the upgrades we do. And so they're going to see some people get severe savings on their roof. Not everyone can. I mean, depending on the shape and complexity of their house, it always varies. But it's a great way to get a good roof put on and hopefully save a little bit of money in the process. Awesome. Thank you, Daniel. Appreciate it.
No problem at all.
If you like this breakdown, hit like, subscribe, and drop a comment with any questions or experiences you've had with roof installs. For more information on this topic, visit our learning center at lintaroofing.com. Thanks for watching.